Kyle, there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about. MLB Futures. I want to talk to you about your Detroit Tigers. I want to talk home run leaders. Golf is happening right now. Masters is next week. I know that you cover it all. There's a lot of different avenues that we could go here. Yeah, Kyle's in the house, and guys are loving it in the chat, and I love that too. We were talking Matt Olson. I was talking Matt Olson in the last block, so maybe let's just lead there with home run leaders. Matt Olson. We got a board here of a whole lot of guys, and it's tough to kind of dissect. Clearly, George has highlighted Pete Alonso for Tino there, but Vlad is the favorite. This is from DraftKings, 7-1. You got Judge in there at 12-1. Shohei and Trout and Olson at 14-1. Gallo's also 14-1. A little bit later on down the board. I mean, I like Yordan Alvarez too. I think he kind of stands out at 15-1. Juan Soto, of course, at 22-1. I'm concerned that he's just going to walk all year. Chris Bryant at Coors at 25-1. I love the breakout last year from Tyler O'Neill. I think that this is a guy that can hit 40-plus bombs. Eloy Jimenez, I don't know if he's there yet, but I am a sucker for him. You know that I love the White Sox. Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to miss a little bit of time, so it's going to be tough for him. I did leave some dudes off the board in around the 40 range that I just didn't think had any chance. And I just wanted to put some long shots in there. Trevor Story's at 71. JD Martinez is also at 71, but clearly he's getting a little bit older here. Luis Robert we may be a year too early if we jump on him this year. Teoscar, and I thought Hunter Renfroe had a phenomenal season last year with the Red Sox, and he's going to be in a hitter-friendly environment in Milwaukee too, so I chucked him on there. But talk me through this board, and who's your favorite? Is it indeed Olson?
Yeah, Olson is my favorite. A lot of stuff that you mentioned on the segment prior, with the park shift is just so nice for Olson. That's just been the big part about his career. It's like he's put up these fantastic power numbers in a ballpark that really suppresses that. So now he gets to not only go to a ballpark that is anything other than what he had in Oakland, but also one that's pretty friendly to left-handed hitters. So I love the spot for Olson, and the Braves fans obviously disappointed to lose Freeman, but in terms of a replacement, I don't know if you could have found much better. Like, this is I might be higher on Olson than most, but this is a very good replacement, and he would be my favorite from that list. And then another name that I do like is another Brave, Austin Riley, another guy who showed massive power. A little bit worried about his inconsistencies, but it did seem like some of the swing and miss stuff kind of not got resolved, but it became less of an issue last season. So two Braves guys, I think Riley's 30-1, so that number I don't mind either. So Olson would definitely be my first choice though.
I think so too. Tino, can we bring up that board? Like, Kyle, what do you think of some of those longer shots? I know it's tough, man. Like, even Springer, Springer's got so much pop in his bat, but I just feel like a DL stint, unfortunately, is like in his future, like one or two. He's just been bothered over the past couple of years. Acuna is obviously going to miss some time. Tatis is going to miss some time. I do like that Riley call. You did give a good long one. Yeah, 30-1 for Riley. What do you make of Luis Robert? And I had to talk to you about the White Sox. What do you make of Robert? Would we be just a year too early on him? He doesn't have the pop yet to like lead the bigs. We're like a lot of these guys are going to push 50 bombs, like Vlad and Judge or Alonso. I think even Olson, these guys are pushing 45 bombs for sure. I don't know if Robert can get there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I think he's going to be the guy that does a lot of different things, but I don't know if he's quite in that mid to upper 40, maybe even touching 50 home run category just yet. But I wouldn't be that surprised to see him develop into that kind of player. I think he's going to be one of the best players in the AL, by the end of the next 2 years or so. And when I was giving you my picks for AL MVP, he was on my list actually, and then I ended up swapping him around. But just the fact that he's up there and just in the discussion for me says a lot. So I don't know if he's quite there at the home run leader territory yet, but he's definitely a guy that you should keep it on your list for future years, and maybe even looking at an MVP type play on Robert. But in terms of another long shot, I guess Stanton at this number at 22 isn't bad. Like, we know, like, if he has that prime year, he can go for 50 pretty easily. Stanton could, but it's always about the consistency and the health for Stanton. That's always a big factor there. But I guess that would be the next name that really stands out there at the bottom.
Yeah, you're dead on about Stanton, right? With both things that you say. I mean, he could have a month where he hits 20 bombs and nobody would be shocked, and then the next month he only plays 5 games, unfortunately for him. I really do like O'Neill, guys. I think O'Neill is, I believe in the breakout last year. I don't know if he's a 278 hitter or whatever he had last year, but I do believe in the power. I think he's got tremendous pop, so he is intriguing to me as well. And I do want to give the love to Tino, because last time we did this was before baseball even came out with, you know, the deal. Like, we just didn't know what was going to happen, when the season was going to start. And Alvarez was 20-1 at that time when we did our first video. And now he is 15-1.